Hello there and welcome back to another Thunder's Productions video. I'm the madman behind the mic, Jag Thunder, and this is Minecraft. And what's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of episode 7 I think we are on, Missouri Memorial. So we were working on the bookstore in the last episode, and I went ahead and finished the roof off and told you I would go over it. And I had to move everything down by one damn block. The reason being is because the way that this started off back here, it needed to match up a little bit better with the middle structure that's going to hold up the next wavy piece of architecture that we'll be weaving into this this main entrance area. But anyway, so what we got is, I think I might have been just one block total high anyways on this. So I had 3 and then granite, and then I don't remember, but anyways, now is what we have is just make sure you have your granite and then 3 blocks and then granite, and then go ahead and bring out your cobblestone wall or your mossy wall, whatever you're going to use, and then come straight down and then put your block. And I had the block somewhere out here, and I was just kind of guessing where that should be. And actually, we're probably going to have to come in one more on them back ones, and we'll look at those here in a minute. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, probably going to have to come in one more on them back ones, and we'll go over that later on. But anyways, off of this back corner, now what I had to do is I've got full blocks here running across. All right, so your pattern coming off this back corner is 2 full blocks, 2 half slabs, and then 2 more half slabs. And again, if you're just joining me, we're going over this kind of tutorial style so that everybody can, follow along. If they want to build the same thing, they can. And all that good stuff. So I'm just going over some quick blocks. Then I've got another half block running this way, and then it's overhanging by 1, of course, all the way up. And we've got 3, 2, 2, 3, 2, 3, and that should take you right here to the edge of this building. And then we've got full blocks in the middle, and then I think these are half blocks, or those are halves. They got me. Those are the halves, and those are the solids. And then half, and then solid, half, and then this should be solid, and it is good, so it did not sneak up on me on that one. So that is your pattern all the way across, and overhang by 1 on the other side. And I'll show you a little glitch over there too. It's nothing major, but we can fix it. Anyways, so I think I'm off. Yeah, I just noticed that too. 1, 2, and then the upside down stairs, I'm actually down by 1. And if I go up and I push it here, then I can put my windows back where they were. So I'm going to fix that here in just a minute. But go ahead and make sure that you have 2 sandstone pieces up top, and then your upside down stairs wrapping around the rest of the building. Just like that all the way around. Again, we're going to move this up by 1. So the upside down stairs are going to go right behind this. And probably leave that solid and actually start it going across right here. So we'll move that up. The door on this side here, I readjusted. We had glass right here and glass right here, and I made it solid so that it looks like the other door, so that the doors are actually connected to the building and not the glass. And then readjusted the front of the building, so we're off by 1 block. It's always 1 block, guys. I'm sorry. That's just the way it always goes in Minecraft. You're always going to be off by 1 damn block. So anyways, we were sitting here, and now we're sitting back by 1. And just to get you a measurement from this corner all the way down to this corner right here is going to be 22 blocks. And I think we had 23 blocks. So yeah, it would be 1 block short. Everything else stayed the same. Going across the front, I just didn't fill that in, just to remind me that I was off, and I needed to remind you guys. So we turned and we went this way and then went back. And this is the side of this building, or the side of this side of the building. Moved this again by 1 more and filled it in solid. So here we had glass, so I just filled that back in, and then I filled that back in. I just think it looked better with the doors connected to the side of the building. On this particular build, I think that worked out good. And again, this runs down in, and this is how your granite tucks in behind. And you'll have to put a couple extra little half slabs here to tidy things out, because what happens is that, and there's no way to bring this granite across without it showing through the roof. So I had to put 2 solid blocks there. Well, I put 2 solid blocks there, and it didn't look quite right connected into the rest. So like right here, it's dug out going across the back. Could probably leave those two off. And again, getting some weird lag issues like I got from the last issue, or the last episode. I don't know. I think again my computer's updating or some kind of weird shit, or it's just the this particular shaders. If it continues, I'll go back to Zeus because I was doing pretty good on those. But anyways, so this is how you're going to kind of have to rectify this back corner. And again, we'll put a tree here and hide that. No big deal. Always a little pointer there for if you run into problems and you need to kind of fudge something. Put a tree in front of it. Nobody's going to walk back there and say, hey, look, this don't look like the other one. You know what I'm saying? So anyways, that was the main pattern going up the roof to that point, which was right here. So we left off on 3, and then we went up again by 3, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then we went across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and tucked underneath 8, and it should run into the side of your building. Just on top of that, put another half slab and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13. And then underneath, it should look like this. Kind of self-explanatory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. On the 7th block is where I came down, but I came in by 2. So I come into this second block just like we did on the shitters, or the shit house, and we come straight out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there should be a gap of 6, and then go straight up. Do the same thing off the other corner, and then I was off center with this one, and so that window was off. So I made that 5, centered this back up, and there's really not enough room to put a 5th, 4th and 5th pillar in here like we've got over here. This building's a little bit longer in the front, so I think if I put in another one here and here, it is really going to offset the front of this, and it's not going to look right. It's going to be too much support. So anyways, right around here, this tucks into a solid block, and then you got a half block, and then 4 half blocks going up here. So actually, yeah, half or full block right there. Sorry about that. And then stairs connect in between, just like that. And on the back side, it should look just like this. Anyways, if you did it right, or even halfway close, gave you enough angles to figure it out. And I crushed my tree in the process. I knocked the top off of it, so I'll have to reset that later. No big deal. Alright, so our pillars are going to connect in. We just looked at this, and we're going to move this back by 1. Let's pick that up and move that over. And that should come right off of this corner and straight back from that one. So you're going to have 1, 2, 3 pieces coming off of this block right here. That solid block will not be there. You will have to place that here and then run this straight back into the building to give that a beam to connect onto. And that's what's going to support the middle swoop-de-doo thingy. I don't even know what to call it. It's a roof. It's an awning piece, I guess. But anyways, then we took this one here and we connected that in underneath, and that will connect into the first solid block. Again, if you were following along and did it like I did. I didn't put my upside down stairs on. I guess I can go back and do that later. Yeah, because that goes right where the framing pieces are, and I'm not even 100% sure if I like that. Kind of like it. I'll go back and fix it later. That's just it connects in right here in your upside down stairs right where the framing goes. So I'll catch that later on if I remember. So anyways, that connects straight in 1, 2, 3, and then straight down. So you should be off the corner 1, 2, 3, 4, and then back 1, 2, 3, 4, and it should line up with the one up front. And both of these are obviously right off the corner. So we've had all kinds of angles to look at how to set up for that middle awning piece. And I forgot to start my timer, so I just set it for 15 minutes on top of whatever we just went over. Close enough. Anyways, so where I left off, and again, after I finished that up there, I did not put an interior in this yet. Come on, through the door. And you should be able to see somewhat pretty good in here. Like I said, I'm running the Choco Pick shaders. Maybe a little bit dark, especially if you're on your mobile device. But I've got some lights in here, and we're just going to come up here and kind of look at what I'm trying to figure out for lighting. I'm thinking of using some of the iron bars for like a chain and then a light, because I want the lights to kind of drop down out of the ceiling. But I'm thinking I want them lower than this right here. So Let's bring that down just a little bit, because I want to have light up top, but because this is such a bigger building, that will look better. I think that will look better. Now, but I got to be careful because I've got half slabs in here too, so I'm going to have to come back and find where this connects in, and then figure out my spacing. And I left a cathedral type ceiling in here. I think it makes it feel airier, like on the shed houses. We left the ceiling flat, and then we just put in recessed lighting. This being a bookstore, it's more of a relaxed atmosphere. I figured I would open it up, put in the top windows, and put in some drop lighting. And of course, we're going to need some framing across here on the beams. And the only thing the way I figured that out is center between these two windows, so 3 on each side, and I'll be doing the same thing on the other side. And again, so you're not going to be able to see. Let me throw a couple blocks in here just to kind of light things up a little bit, and then I'll go back and straighten all these lights out on off camera. And I'm just using sea lanterns, or no, this is glowstone. This is glowstone here, and there, that should light everything up fairly decently, and that way I can keep using shaders, and you guys don't have to look at any bright lights that I would put on it in the post editing. There we go. Looks like it's on fire, Jag. All right, back to our block of quartz, and we're going to go straight here in the middle and run this back. And I would use I was going to use half slabs, but it doesn't come out right. So I'm using solid ones here, and then back to half because these are half, and then back to solid, and then we'll go back to halves and continue that back, and then here, and let's see what I got. Go back to our light. Let's get some light up in here so you can see where I'm laying down some blocks. This is a block and a half. That's a block and a half. This one here should be a block and a half, and then that one's a block and a half. And this one is a block. So we're dropping down like that, but that doesn't quite look right, does it? This one may have to just be a half a block, or 1 block, I mean. Yep, and then this one, because we want to drop down 1/2 of a block at a time. And I think that'll work okay. I'm going to take it right to the back of the building. So let me get some more lighting in here, so we can see when I get back over here, and we can figure out how to connect this in. So I was going to do this off camera, but I had a lot of shit going on, and I wanted to stop and record so that if you guys were following along, you were not going to get totally screwed up to what I was doing. So just like that, so we dropped back down to a half a block here. Half a block, half block, half block. Good. So that works out good. And then we can put maybe a pillar back here for support. Or should I do it out of the other one? Should I do it out of sandstone? But the problem with doing that, I like that, maybe. I'm not crazy about this. That kind of works. And it blends into the back wall. And it gives a nice beam for structure. And we'll do the same thing over here on this side here in a minute. Just eyeballing it again, make sure that's what I want. I'm not going to go this way with any beams, but do I want one? Do I want a short one off here? See, and then you gotta see another little glitch right here, but that's not bad, where that ceiling comes across. So I think what we'll do is we'll bring another beam right here, and we're just going to use halves to get us up to there, just like that. I think that works good. And then we'll figure out lighting. Let's see, off the corner. The chain would be floating. Would that be a problem? Or I could just go right here, and I'm holding back by 1. The light is going to be at the granite level, so I've got to drop those yet. But that will be a good reference point for our lights. So just drop those in just like that, and then we'll come back. And the only problem is going to be is when I get back here, the lights are not going to hang. Should I drop them one more? I guess I'm going to have to drop these one more, guys. Otherwise, it's not going to be right. And then the lighting back here will just have to be different. So let me drop these down one below the granite. That don't look too bad. The only thing is we're going to be putting bookshelves and stuff in. Let's see how that's going to be. So we're going to grab some books, and well, we could do like a lower, back here could be like the lower racks of books. And some, of course, around the outside wall. And yeah, we're going to book the shit out of this thing, just because like it is a bookstore. So, yeah. Right there. And do we want to go to the top of it? No, I think I'm going to hold one off. And here, just like that. And this one here. Usually you got a little bit more room than that to walk through. It's been a while since I've been in a bookstore. Jack doesn't read very much. I never have been a book reader. I've never been a bookworm, I guess you would call it. I don't want that light that close to the books. I think I'll leave those in the middle too high. So yeah, I've never been a bookworm. I'm going to make that 3 wide so it's centered over the light. Just like that. And actually, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Damn, I hate that came out on an even number like that. That really kind of screws me up. And actually, I think I'm going to go back to 1 wide here and 3. And we won't put any in front. Usually, they've got a little book something here that as soon as you walk in, there's some little knickknacks and shit like that. And we'll put a little row of books there, a couple across here, and we're going to put a reading area in too, where you can sit and read. And I think we're going to put that right in here, and we'll put like a TV, I guess, for, well, it's a bookstore. Would you have a TV in here? Probably. I want to make this even with the other one, like that. And we're going to take that up, maybe like this, for a little privacy, I guess. No, I want to go too high. We're going to stay too high on this side of the bookstore. I think we'll stay too high, and on that side we'll start getting higher. I think that will work out better. So actually, this lighting over here, maybe we'll leave down by 1, and then this one here we'll take up by 1, and then the next layer will go up by 1. So these will have to come down 1 more, and that way it steps up gradually. I think that will work better than trying to get everything at the same height. I think that will work better. So that's what we're going for here. And I'm not going to do too much more, guys. There's going to be a checkout counter back here. And again, I'm just going to be using the books here for reference, just so we know where it's going to be for right now. A little gate right here to get through. We'll run that to the wall, and I think that will be good for that. And I will come back and use some oak or something for a counter. There'll be some books here, a couple rows of books. Skip 2 maybe. Skip 2, and then some on the outside, and that should leave 2 there. That worked out good. Skip 2, and then another row, and then a place to walk. And I think I will put carpet all in between the books, maybe like a red or something bright, colorful, and fun. Because right now it kind of feels a little antique-y, but I like it. It feels good. It feels good. So anyways, actually I think that's probably a good place to go ahead and end this episode. I've got about 2 minutes left on the timer anyways, so this gives me a nice little 20-minute episode. Again, between 20 and 30 minutes is where I'm trying to end up with this. So I'm going to finish this rafter beam right here all the way back, just like I did the other one. I'm going to finish lighting this up, so I'm going to put in all the drop chains and all the lighting, and then I will finish putting books all over through the store, and this building will be done. So episode 8, I guess, because we're on 7 now, we will go ahead and finish this middle awning piece and the landscaping around these 2 buildings, and I would guess, I'm going to assume the main entrance will be done. Alright, so episode 8, we should be able to finish up the main entrance. So that'll work out good. That's about where I was trying to keep it anyways, underneath the 10th episode. So, and then the next episode, when we finish the top piece, we'll do like the landscaping. We'll put in some more benches, some more seating, and maybe even some kind of decorations out here in the middle to spruce it up a little bit. And I've got to fix my tree. My poor little tree got squished. But yeah, I will rebuild it. It will be fine. And that will be it for this episode, guys. Let's fly back. Let's take a look at this real quick and see how it's turning out. I think it looks awesome. Some really unique buildings here. And that's what I always try to do. I always try to pick something challenging. That way, because if I'm always picking square buildings, I'm never learning nothing, and I'm never advancing my skills. And I suggest that you guys do the same. I always recommend trying to step up every time you build something new. And yeah, that looks really, really good. I'm so happy with this. But anyways, guys, that is the end of this episode. I really appreciate you watching. Remember to rate, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Later.